The media needs to stop. The way Arsenal has been spoken of these past couple months and couple years as well, ever since they got second place last season, these lads have been the number one victims of slander. Yes, I'm going to say it. Slander, slander, slander. Right here, it's posted Arteta's Arsenal project has turned them into title contenders. You know, they went from, look right here, 8th place back-to-back years, missing out on Champions League, to second place and quite possibly, most likely, second place. He's won us an FA Cup, Community Shield, and he spent around 590 million, right? So this lad has quite clearly turned Arsenal around from Chelsea, where they are right now, to Liverpool, where they are right now, right? To Liverpool in the past years. So Arteta's done this, right? And he hasn't even spent that much money. You would be thinking all the other clubs haven't spent nearly as much as Arteta. You'd think that since Arteta's gone in there, he's been given the treatment that Todd Bowley's given Chelsea, spending £1 billion, right? So Arsenal are put into a lot of pressure, right? They're saying if they lose this season, they're bottle jobs. Lads, Arsenal are third in most days, top of the league. Last season, it was like, oh, Arsenal had over 200 days top of the league, bottle jobs. All right, they did. I won't lie. They did kind of fumble the league there. Were they expected to ever win the league last season? No. But since they were on top of the league, obviously, they're going to be given that label just because it gives you numbers to hate on Arsenal, I guess. But here, quite clearly, you think, wow, Arsenal are a top spender in England. Top 3 for sure. Boom, look at the numbers. Not even top 4. Come on. Number 1, Chelsea at 1 billion. Look where they are. They are a mid-table club. When they are not 10th, they celebrate it like it's the Champions League nowadays, right? Man United. Oh my god. Do I even have to get into Man United? Yeah. 748 million, and these are the two fan bases right here that give the most expectations to Arsenal, right, with no reasoning. These lads watch their club not be able to compete against the likes of Bournemouth, Fulham, Wolves, that type of team, right? These lads get balled, right? Crystal Palace beats them, Fulham beats them, and they're worrying about what Arsenal does. Top of the league. Oh, Arsenal loses the league by a point to City. Oh, what a catastrophe. While their club is going to sit in 8th and 10th place. Imagine that. Imagine that. That is almost as worse as the Twitter users that go online and tweet about what they think about Mark Zuckerberg's outfit in the UFC 300, or what they think about Kylie Jenner's new relationship thing. Like, it does not matter, man. You are down here while they are up here. Absolutely no way these guys think their opinion matter when their club is spending this much, and they have, especially Chelsea. They spent over £1 billion, and they're the first club to spend £1 billion and have 0 world-class players, lads. 0 world-class players. They were absolutely mugged by Enzo Fernandez when he won Young Player of the World Cup. 7 games, 120 million, boom, scammed. Caicedo, a couple decent performances, 100 million, scammed. Romeo Lavia was around 60 million, 60, 80 million, and between those numbers. How does that man even play football anymore? Does he play football anymore? Jeez, I don't even know why he got it. Southampton relegated, mate. Come on. What are we on about? Man City. Cannot say anything about, they just come off a treble. They're probably going to win the Prem and the FA Cup. You can't say anything. It seems like good investments, even though allegedly 115 charges. Tottenham have spent more than Arsenal. We know they're allergic to winning, Even Harry Kane leaves the country and he goes to Germany, and boom, Bayern lose their streak of winning titles. That's how bad it is, that Tottenham little disease they got going there. Meanwhile, Arsenal and Liverpool here in the table are fighting against Man City to win the Premier League, right? And they are getting the most hate for competing, while we have Man United here who need to get at least 5 points in the next matches, right? Which is not guaranteed because they have a bit of a schedule coming up. And you got Chelsea at 9th place, which is, the greatest thing to ever happen to Chelsea in the last 2 years, that they aren't 10th place because they seem to be the owners of 10th place. But Man United quite literally can match David Moyes or do worse than his season. And remember, the whole fan base turned on David Moyes, right? And then the whole fan base, or most of the fan base, is backing Eric Ten Hag. They're like, it's not his fault, but it was David Moyes' fault. Let's not forget, Sir Alex Ferguson left David Moyes, a poor squad, a very poor squad. Let's just say that. But you know, David Moyes as well has won more European titles than Man United since Jose Mourinho left. So hey, just putting that out there. But look, Man United here. Let's check right here. Play Burnley. Let's just say they get the 3 points, right? They get to 56. Crystal Palace could, you know, they're on form right now. They beaten Newcastle, Liverpool. So let's say they lose right there. Arsenal definitely gonna lose right there. Newcastle, you could quite easily lose that match as well. And then Brighton, say you get a draw. Boom, you have 57 points. It could very easily happen there, but as I'm saying, there's no reason for Liverpool and Arsenal to be getting so much hate just because City, once they win their game in hand, which they will. All right, Man City is playing Nottingham and Wolves. Those are 6 points guaranteed. Don't even trip about that. Fulham can get complicated for them. Tottenham, we know Tottenham has their number in very recent years. And West Ham can be a complicated match as well. So those 3 games can get tricky for Man City. Do I expect Man City to drop any points? Honestly, aside from the Tottenham game, I don't expect them to possibly drop any points. I have faith that maybe Fulham or West Ham can come in because sometimes on their day they could really challenge a top team. But more likely than not, we're going to see the same thing as Brighton. We were all saying, oh, Brighton away is tricky, and then 4-0. So that's the problem with Man City. But if Man City could come, you know, a bit sluggish and the other team's coming in on their best possible day, we might have a chance with the prayer, lads. But Arsenal, in no way should be getting any type of hate. Neither should Liverpool. I understand, you know, there's an argument that Jurgen Klopp hasn't won as much as he should, considering the investments. But I actually disagree because he's taken this Man City team to the wire. You might be saying, oh, that's not good enough. You need silverware. Well, consider this. Since Arteta's taken over, they've spent, you know, almost 200 million less. They are more than 200 million less than Man City. You know, so that just shows an example of what has been going on. It's just that Liverpool has hit more on their signings, and Man City has just been, you know, oh, Jack Grealish, 100 million. You know, that's the way they've been moving. They've had multiple flops. I think Man City's had more flops than Liverpool. It's just that Man City, kind of a dab. You know, Joao Cancelo has been kind of a flop in my eyes. You know, he's loaned to Barca. They're paying Barca to play him because they don't want to play him. They'd rather put a center back at fullback. Nunez, of course, he's getting the Calvin Phillips treatment. Calvin Phillips as well. You know, those are just examples of flops that have gone on at Man City, which is mostly due to Pep Guardiola's lack of confidence of putting them into the squad. It seems like he's just stuck with the same, you know, players and doesn't want to really mix it. He has a couple rotations there. Like, no problem switching Haaland and Julian Alvarez. He has no issue with that. Phil Foden at cam or Phil Foden on the wing. Jack Grealish coming in. Doku or Bernardo Silva. He has, you know, a couple rotations there, but the rest he won't touch, if that makes sense, you know. But a reason why Cole Palmer did leave because he felt like he wasn't getting any opportunities the same way Nunez and Calvin Phillips weren't getting any. But right here, Liverpool, in my opinion, and Arsenal are the 2 teams that have spent the least since Arteta's came into play. They're the ones challenging City, and they're the ones getting the most negative press, which is unbelievable. Lads, if you want to give negative press, United and Chelsea, full of ideas, I'm sure. But anyways, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more videos, and leave a comment down below if you think Arsenal and Liverpool should be getting more heat if Man City were to win the league, or should Man United and Chelsea get more heat if they fall out of the top 6. But anyways, thank you guys for watching.